Alright, today's episode starts with something simple. We're making a sign. Not just any sign. It says Forsyth Orphanage, and it's planted right in the snowy ground. Very dramatic, very haunted. We love that. But how will players know they can click on it? Easy. We made a little mouse UI icon that shows up when you get close. Nice and clear. Interact vibes. Now, when you click the sign, boom! A cinematic sequence plays. It shows you where the orphanage is and where you're supposed to go first. Which is, surprise, the security guard's office. Yeah, remember him? Now, before we let players run around like it's GTA, we added fixed camera angles along the road. Nice and moody, but there's a catch. The road isn't straight. It curves and twists, so we dropped in some invisible walls to keep our player on the path. They look purple in the editor, but don't worry. They're totally invisible in the real game, I swear. Now for the fun part, the spooky stuff. When the player reaches the orphanage, we play a creepy little sound. Not super loud, but it floats in on the wind like, hey, maybe don't go in there. Next up, a note on the orphanage door. It says the renovation work ends on December 23rd, but there's also a warning. It literally says, do not work alone. Okay, creepy. Does this mean ghosts only go after people who are by themselves? Because that's kinda rude. Anyway, we added a little stack of delivery boxes near the door. Some of them are for the new resort. There's even a fancy little resort sign leaning on the wall. Basically, we're saying, hey, this place is getting a makeover, but something's still off. Oh, and now my favorite part. Right before the path to the orphanage ends, there's just a random shoe sitting there. Yup, one lonely shoe. Of course, we made it interactable. When the player looks at it, they can zoom in and check it out. And our main character, he's like, why is there just one shoe in the middle of this steep road? And to be honest, yeah, good question. Whose shoe is that? Why is it there? What happened to the other one? Where's the person who wore it? We're not saying it's cursed, but it's definitely cursed. And that's it for today's devlog. Next time, we're going deeper into the orphanage. So, yeah, get ready. Thanks for watching.